I've been looking forward to coming to Australia for some time, more to see how your farming is being carried out and to get some tips to be adopted in our country.
Why do you think Ceylon should be removed from allegiance to the Crown?
For this reason that the allegiance to the Crown has not the same emotional or historical significance that it has to countries that are people with populations who originate from England.
Well, when our country became independent, naturally the question arose of national language superseding English as the official language of the country. Sinhalese we decided upon as the official language because 70% of the people of Ceylon are Sinhalese. At the same time, we naturally realized that the Tamil minority had a language that was also old, very rich language, literature, so on. And therefore we decided also to give a reasonable use to the Tamil language as the language of a national minority. In such matters as education, examinations for the public service, correspondence, and so on. We feel that that is the fairest way in which the problem could have been settled.
I'm surrounded, I understand, by film stars. Those whom I saw in my youth were rather different. They were Charlie Chaplin, Laurel and Hardy, Fatty Arbuckle, and Mary Pickford. I remember a story about Laurel and Hardy. They joined the French Legion. They were waiting in the inspecting line. The sergeant came and said, "What are you doing here? Why do you join the French Legion?" They said, "We joined the French Legion to forget." To forget what? We've forgotten. I haven't forgotten about the help your country has given us during the last few years. But I didn't come here to ask for help. That's not my way. I'm waiting to hear Mr. Frank Sinatra sing my way. That's one of my favorite songs, but I understand he doesn't like it. I use it as part of my election campaign and ask the people to vote for my way, and which they did. Your country is, as far as the Americans go, young. Our country is old, very old. We go back to the 5th century before Christ. We had ambassadors at the court of Claudius Caesar. You find it recorded in Pliny's letters. He even mentions the name of ambassadors. We had sent delegations to China in 47 AD. And I understand the gifts sent by our king to the emperor of China were water buffaloes and hump cattle. The great Chinese pilgrims Xuanzang and Fa Hian came to our country, 4th century AD and the 6th century AD. So did Sinbad the sailor, Marco Polo, and Ibn Battuta. First time, Westerners came in the 16th century, and the Portuguese came as tourists but stayed for 150 years. After that came the Dutch, and then came the English, and we are now once again a free country. We wish to be friendly with all and the enemies of none. That is my policy and the policy of our people. We would like the people of America to understand us. The long history of Sri Lanka, there have been difficult periods. There have been murders, there have been assassinations, there have been riots, there have been good deeds and bad deeds. Last July, we had one of those bad periods, but in time to come, it will be forgotten. I see in one of your newspapers there's an advertisement in which some people are trying to make us remember that day. It was a fatal day. Several people were killed. Not done by the government, it was done by a gang of hooligans, about which we are very, very sorry. I'm trying to forget it and try to make our people not commit, some of them, such incidents again. I hope we will succeed. I remember when one of your representatives came to see me and had lunch with me, I told her, she is your representative in the United Nations organization, a leader must know only 2 words. She said, what's that? I said, yes and no. And I think President Reagan knows those 2 words very well. Once you say yes, or once you say no, stick by it. Whatever happens, never change. That has been my policy and it has succeeded. Therefore, Mr. President, we are surrounded by friends. We've been very happy in the last few days. I have a few more days to spend. I hope to spend some time in the Indian settlements at Santa Fe, not for any other reason, but because those were the stories I read in my youth about Buffalo Bill, the various tribes. I'm fascinated by the fact they were the oldest human settlements, as far as I know, in the continent of America. Great people. We must give them a helping hand, as we must give every race, every tribe, every human being, whatever his caste, religion, or race, a helping hand. We're all human beings. We extend our affection not only to human beings, but even to animals, the little elephant that we have gifted to you. That is the philosophy we have learnt in our country. That is the philosophy which, if I can, I'll spread throughout the world.
And said it's more blessed to give than to receive.
That is so.
And I find that is actually true.
If you endeavor to gain, you won't get anything.
I think that's the basis of the trouble in the world.
Quite.
People in the world are trying to gain and to get, and not to share or to give. But sharing and giving is by far better.
That's right.
And will lead to peace instead of troubles. Very happy.
Visit to our country very eagerly.
Thank
The
you.
pleasure that I got this opportunity of meeting you.
Thank you so much.
I've read a lot about you. I've read the Plain Truth.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Well, it's an honor to
But
meet
not
you.
back